New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.
Live from a secure concrete bunker somewhere in Ohio, New Thought Media Network presents Pastor Michael Mangus with Friday's Fireside Chat, spiritual conversation for today. Here he is from the secret radio room, surrounded by thousands of watts, Pastor Michael Mangus.
Oh, yes. Hi, good evening. Welcome. This is a Friday evening Fireside Chat here on your New Thought Media Network. I am Reverend Michael Mangus, and I am broadcasting this evening from the top secret, super secure concrete bunker somewhere around Akron, Ohio, that is so secure and so top secret that only one person, that is Diego Reyes, only he knows where it's at. Everyone else has no clue where the top secret bunker is located, especially that Robert Brzezinski guy. He has no clue where the top secret bunker is located, and we're going to keep it that way. Well, hi there. Good evening. Welcome. It's good to see everyone this evening. Happy New Year. Happy New You. We have a great show for you planned tonight. A little different. We don't have a guest this evening, but what we're going to do is we're going to do a bowl burning. How are we going to do that on New Thought Media Network? Stay tuned. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a piece of paper and a pencil. A piece of paper and a pencil. All right? And then I'll show you how to let go of all of 2023 to embrace all that 2024 has for us. The purpose of our program here is to get real and also to not shy away from the news. I know that there's some individuals say, well, I don't watch your show because it's too negative. Well, I don't know. I think we offer some spiritual solutions to what's going on. It's not just the news, but it's also the news with a bent that we need to pay attention to certain things. So I'm not one of these people to shy away from things. So that's one of the reasons why we do this show. Again, to keep us aware of what is going on in the world and maybe what should be on our prayer list, and also to deepen our spirituality by becoming more aware of not only ourselves, but also ourselves in the world. We talk about oneness weekly at our centers and online. So again, if we're one, then there's a part for all of us to play in, again, bringing about a world that does work for everyone. Okay. Well, again, good to see everyone this evening. Please feel free to comment. I'd really like that. That would be nice. All right. Let's get to the news here. All right. I think that's better. Well, in the news this evening, the first one, again, is something that I did not want to deal with, but it's there. A community in Iowa is grieving after a 17-year-old gunman killed a sixth grade student and wounded 5 others Thursday at Perry High School near Des Moines. Investigators are now working to uncover the motives of the shooter, who was found dead at the school with self-inflicted gunshot wound, authorities say. At first, the gunshots were mistaken by some as a disruptive noise. a popped balloon, a dropped bag, two witnesses say. But panic and fear quickly spread as the faculty and students realize the threat. More than 150 state, federal, and local law enforcement officers converged on the school where they discovered the gunman as well as a simple explosive device. The device was the attack was one of at least 5 mass shootings that have unfolded in the U.S. so far this year, according to the Gun Violence Archive. What? 5 shootings so far? We're on the 5th day of the new year. So, where are all the pro-lifers? The pro-lifers who protest in front of the women's health clinics. Why isn't there outrage over the 5th mass shooting this year alone? Again, this is clearly a pro-life issue. And what do we hear from the Catholic Church, the Evangelical Church, and also the Republican Party? Those are crickets. So, as been pointed out in many broadcasts of this fine program, it seems that the pro-lifers are pro-birthers and do not give a darn about living children, their mothers, or their families. Again, most of the pro-birthers are also gun owners. They're also pro-gun. I don't understand this. An easy solution is to make gun ownership harder, like in other countries, including Japan. Another common sense solution is to outlaw the sale of automatic weapons. Yes, there are crazy people in other countries. I get that. But they can't go out and buy an automatic weapon and go take out children in an Iowa school or elsewhere. No, unborn babies who the pro-lifers don't care about after they are born, they take precedent over living children who are traumatized after having a shooter in their building. I don't understand here. So the solution here is to vote into office politicians, officials who support gun control and are not bought off by the gun manufacturers or the gun lobbies. The issue of mass shootings in this country is a moral and ethical issue that goes beyond party. Can we get that? Why don't the churches? Why don't the centers speak up more? Because people will leave and they'll stop giving. One of the latest books that I've read is called The Kingdom, the Power, and the Glory. It's by journalist Tim Alberta. He and other evangelical leaders are sounding the alarm over the worship of America over the worship of God. And ministers are being called woke for teaching the words of Jesus to love your enemies and to pray for those that persecute you. Calling for a national discussion on gun reform is needed in this country. Prayers and good thoughts don't cut it anymore. We have a serious problem. We've had 5 shootings in the past 5 days. Again, we need to take some action on this. In other news, a substantial storm is forecast to hit the Northeast and also the Mid-Atlantic this weekend, with winter's first dose of heavy snow and dangerous ice. Around 20 million people are under winter storm alerts in the region, with the worst weather expected Saturday to Sunday in parts of the Appalachian and also the interior Northeast and New England, including just west of Boston. Meteorologists are saying that as much as 0.3 inches of snow and ice, excuse my French, 12 inches of snow and as much as 0.3 inches of ice across the parts of the eastern U.S. are forecast. Before then, it will track southeast and into the mid-Atlantic today, and delivering heavy rains and even the threat of some severe storms along the Gulf Coast. So time just to put another log in a fire and keep watching us here on the New Thought Media Network. Also from Israel, we have Israel's defense minister on Thursday unveiled plans for the next phase of the war in Gaza, featuring a new combat approach in the north and a sustained focus on targeting Hamas leaders in the enclave South Territory. The plan includes an expansion of raids and aerial activities as the humanitarian crisis in Gaza continues to worsen and fears are rising of a widened Middle East conflict. Israeli military is specifically intensifying its operations in central and southern Gaza, including the Khan Yunis areas, where Israeli forces say that they have struck more than 100 targets overnight. The violence since October the 7th have caused over 1,200 deaths in Israel and more than 22,000 in Gaza, according to authorities on both sides. From the reports I hear, it's more like 40,000 civilian casualties. We need to continue to pray for peace and also to urge for peace from our politicians. War is an outdated method of solving conflict. I love these quotes from the Dalai Lama. He said that peace does not mean an absence of conflict. Differences will always be there. Peace means solving these differences through peaceful means, through dialogue, through education and knowledge, and through humane ways. And the problems that we face today, violent conflicts, destruction of nature, poverty and hunger, and so on, are human-created problems which can be resolved through human effort, understanding, and a development of a sense of brotherhood and sisterhood. We need to cultivate a universal responsibility for one another and the planet that we share. Well, good evening, everyone. How are you? Good to see everyone this evening. This is a Friday evening fireside chat here on your New Thought Media Network. Last, I found this article on the website, the Religion News Network. It says that the key to keeping those New Year's resolutions is make it about somebody else. Isn't this interesting? Experts say that a core spiritual practice, even if it's only for a few minutes every day, and a commitment to working with others are a key to keeping your resolutions. And the article says that if New Year's resolutions are hard to keep, it's because the whole concept is made into a test of personal virtue or dreary personal failures. Saving money and so on, the top resolutions made by the third of Americans who do so, according to a December YouGov poll, are exercises in self-improvement, but focusing on the self, experts say, is no way to improve. And indeed, success may lie in thinking collectively rather than individually. Norman Weirba, who is a professor of Christian theology at Duke's Divinity School, he says, try to think of yourself as participating in something larger than yourself. Rather than belt-tightening, resolutions that last are more likely to involve things that make the world a better place, like working with refugees, restoring wetlands, tutoring kids, donating money, running for the school board, and so on. The contribution that a person makes may be small, but the rewards of being a part of something bigger than yourselves may be very big. And you can look for this article online. Great article. Some of the ways that they say that works are like Garcia, or like the other author in the story. It says that Jordan is a champion of meditation, specifically mindfulness meditation, to help him focus on his goals. And he says, I start by just opening my hands, said Jordan. Then I raise my arms, and with a sense of allowing whatever God wants to do, and whatever the day brings my way. Then I bring my head back down and put my both hands over my heart. And then the last movement is bringing my hands back out vertically so that I can attend to the day and to others. So the focus at our New Thought centers tends to be towards changing your own life, and that's extremely important. However, transformation is not for yourself. Can we get that? It's not a selfish thing. It's for you to assist other people in their awakening. The greatest joy of my life is giving myself to the serving of other people. And just a thought for the beginning of the new year. All right? How wonderful. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome. This is a Friday evening fireside chat here on your New Thought Media Network. I'm Reverend Michael. Good to see everyone this evening. All right, let's go to some announcements. And then tonight, no guest. I'm guestless tonight. I'm all on my own. The views and opinions expressed are my own. Tonight, we are going to do a very special bowl burning. We are going to let go of 2023 to embrace all the good that 2024 has for us. So stay tuned. Go get a piece of paper and a writing instrument, either pen, pencil, crayon. It doesn't matter. And I'll share with you what we are going to do. All right. Okay. So some announcements here. This Sunday, at Summit Center for Spiritual Living in Akron, Ohio, we have a very special service. For more information, please go to our website, summitcsl.org. There you will find information about our wonderful Sunday gathering online at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific time. Yes, I know it's early. It's early in the morning for all my West Coast friends. But it's worth it. So grab your cup of coffee, your tea, your espresso, your boba tea, anything that wakes you up, and please come join us. And I really do believe that we have one of the better services in New Thought. And that's because we balance the 3 M's. which is music, message, and meditation. So this Sunday, we'll start our series about the fundamentals of the Science of Mind teaching, which is taken from the introduction of the Science of Mind textbook. The Reverend Dr. Carol Ann Drick will be speaking on the thing itself. So go to summitcsl.org for more information on how to join our Zoom call. And also, our program is also simulcast on the Summit Spiritual Center of Akron Facebook page, and our Facebook page, and also our YouTube channel for New Thought Media Network has past broadcasts of yours truly doing the fireside chat and also evening prayer here on your New Thought Media Network. All right. We have a plethora, which is a lot, of open doors that we can go through this year. We currently have over 40 hours of positive programming each and every week. Our New Thought philosophy is not the best kept secret anymore. We're getting the message out there. So I'm going to ask two things. First of all, your daily prayer for us for expansion and also for finances. Know with us that we have more than enough. And also, I'd like you to do another thing, and that is to be a monthly supporter. Just go to ntmedia.org/donate. There again, you can give a very generous beginning of the year donation, or you can go ahead and do like I do and the other show hosts do. We give a monthly donation on a sustaining basis. And the reason we do that is because that helps us with budgeting. That helps us know, again, having the money in the bank, whether or not we should do certain projects or not. And again, it helps us to buy the vital equipment and also the bandwidth that we need to get this message out. So again, if you go to ntmedia.org/donate, thank you so very much. We appreciate all of you who are donating. That really helps us because in the helping of us, you really do assist other people. You partner with us to take this message to the world. So ntmedia.org/donate. And again, thank you. Let's see who's with us tonight. Hello, everyone. Good to see everyone. Uh-oh. That's my boss. The spiritual director of Summit CSL, and that is practitioner extraordinaire Diana Mangus. Hey, I'd like a raise this year, practitioner. You'll go, yeah, she's right. Laugh it up, Jedi. That's right. You like playing with fire? Yes. I could make a comment, but I'm not going to. Hold on here. We have an answer here. Safe in my white circle. Yes, Wayne, you are 50%. You mean you're boosting my pay 50%? Anyhow, well, 50% nothing. But anyhow, it's good to have everyone with us. We're going to go take a break, and then we'll be right back, and we'll be doing a bowl burning. Go get a piece of paper and a pencil or a pen, and then we will come back and we will totally and completely release 2023 to bring in 2024. All right. Join us here on the Friday evening fireside chat here on your positively inspiring New Thought Media Network.
Choice, your creative superpower. We have the power to manifest as we dedicate attention to our thoughts, but often miss opportunity to achieve the greatest good. Your superpower is waiting to be unleashed to unlock a fuller, more rewarding world for all. Join us every Thursday at noon Mountain Time for Choice, your creative superpower with Zoe DeMuro.
The views and opinions expressed by Pastor Michael Mangus are generally right. However, they are his own and do not reflect the views and opinions of New Thought Media Network, Centers for Spiritual Living, or any other person living or dead. As they say in the 12-Step Recovery Program, take what you like and leave the rest. Here again is Pastor Michael.
This is the fun part where I get to talk to people. Diana says 50% of what? And she said, exactly. Of course, Wayne is with us all the way from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. He is the North American New Thought Media Network heavyweight champion of the world from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. All right. Well, good to see everyone this evening. What we're going to do now is we're going to do a ritual about letting go of the past year. And I did this for our group. And so I thought that instead of having a guest this evening, that we would do this here. I have my candle already lit, and I also have flash paper. And again, what I would like you to do is to go get a piece of paper. No, you don't have to burn it. I'll show you how to get rid of it. Don't burn the regular paper indoors. I have lots of stories about that. So in New Thought Centers, this is probably one of the few ritualistic things that we do. And again, many New Thought churches, including Unity, have used this burning bowl or bowl burning ceremony at the end of the year to clear out and let go of all the events of the past year, especially the ones that produced results not to our liking. All right. So, however, again, stay tuned to this channel to find out how to make a lemonade from the lemons of 2023. So this annual ceremony that we do in New Thought churches gives us all the opportunity to let go of all the characters, the persons, places, things, the events that have made us aware of areas in our consciousness that need to be healed. And again, if we go ahead and we take a look at it that way, again, as feedback rather than failure, what happens is, again, our lives are enhanced. So as we let go of the emotional attachment to the past and we embrace the lessons that the event contains, we can then move on deliberately to create the lives that we want in 2024. And for many, the burning bowl is a wonderful ending to the year past and a great start for the year to come. And I know that many CSLs are also doing not only that, but they're also doing what's called a white stone ceremony, where they go ahead and they burn on a piece of paper what they want, and then they write on a white stone, which is usually from the Holy Land, usually from Jerusalem, a word or something that they would like to take into the new year. And I'll show you how to do that. Now, hasn't 2023 been an interesting year? Okay. I'm always remembering about the Chinese curse that says, may you live an interesting life. 2023 has been an interesting year for years, truly. Hasn't 2023 been an interesting year for you? However, it's been a tremendous year of growth and expansion. And so, again, this past year, there's been some disappointments and setbacks. And in our personal lives, we have the choice here to let the events or drama either expand us or contract us. We can let personal setbacks, whether it be personal or professional, either knock us down or permanently expand us into a greater future of possibilities. Again, that is our choice here. The decision to be resilient lies with who? It lies with us. Using the power of the will, which is located right in the middle of the forehead, as told to us by the Unity School of Christianity, we can choose to think our next thought. Again, willpower in and of itself is a fallacy. The will in and of itself is a place of choice. Are the events of our lives either blessings or curses? Again, thinking makes it so. It's not how many times that you get knocked down that counts. It's how many times that you get back up. And again, that is all in my thinking. That's all in your thinking. So why do we let go of past troubles and hurts? I will let Dr. Ernest Holmes from the Science of Mind textbook. This is on page 502. He wrote, "It is scientifically to let go of all of our troubles. It is most unwise to hold them. Some will say that it is right that we should suffer for past errors, and it is right that we should suffer. We always have done so and will continue to do so until we pay the last farthing. But the last farthing is paid when we let go and we trust in the law of good." Holmes put that last sentence in caps, so go read that on page 502. "It is impossible for a sane person to believe that God delights in condemning or damning anyone." Holmes said that God is natural goodness and eternal loving kindness and holds nothing against anyone. Holmes goes on, he says this, he says, "We suffer so long as we make mistakes, and we are healed when we come to the Spirit for that cleansing which takes away the mistakes of the world, converting them into great lessons and ever pointing the way to truth and beauty, to life and health, happiness and success." Again, it is scientific, Holmes wrote, for one to consciously let go of all of their troubles and errors, feeling that they will no longer affect them. Can we get that tonight? The individual has learned all the lessons that false ideas do not pay and is willing and glad to turn from all that hurts into the great light. And that's one of the reasons, let me just stop there. That's one of the reasons why Holmes really endorsed Christianity, because he loved the whole idea of grace, that grace covers over sin, that we live again in a law of grace, that when we repent or we turn our thought around, what happens is our lives turn around. And spirit, because of its nature of wholeness, that's what Holmes wrote, is ever ready to take them into its embrace and make them whole again. Now, we can also use spiritual mind treatment and affirmations to order our subconscious to erase the internal patterns that is manifesting in our outer negative experiences. However, every time that we make a strong denial, what we do is we also make a strong intention of what we want in our lives instead. So we'll talk about that here in just a moment. If you're wondering what you've stumbled onto this evening, this is the Friday Evening Fireside Chat here on your New Thought Media Network. This is Reverend Michael, and I'm leading us through a ceremony this evening called the Burning Bowl. And again, I'm going to suggest that you do not burn your piece of paper. but I will show you how to dispose of it safely this evening. So my question to you this evening is this: are you really ready to release and to let go? Are you really, really ready to release and let go? Are we really ready to release the past, whether it was good or not so good, so that we can experience greater good in our lives? And I often relate to letting go of the not so good that's happened in the past. Am I willing to release the internal thoughts causing the external drama in my life? Am I willing to forgive others and realize that those individuals are doing the very best they can in the moment? And remember, holding on to resentment is like holding on to a hot coal. The other person doesn't suffer. It's us who suffers. And so by letting go, by forgiving, by giving love and understanding, what happens is we are freed and they are freed too. So as we reflect upon this past year, 2023, our thinking is not only on what we want to improve, but also on the many blessings in our life from last year also. And even if it was a tough year, there was some good in it if we look for it. And then my favorite quote from the Buddha is this. He says, "Let us rise up and be thankful, for if we didn't learn a lot today, at least we learned a little. And if we didn't learn a little, at least we didn't get sick. And if we got sick, at least we didn't die. So let us all be thankful." So letting go is good. However, as we all know, nature abhors a vacuum. So what happens to a field when you just plow it over and not plant something intentionally in it? Well, it goes back to weeds or the seeds already in the ground. So after letting go of what we don't want, and again, you're on your own doing this, is write a letter to the universe asking for, in the original language is claiming or demanding, what you want in the new year. So what you want to do is to take your piece of paper of your envelope, of your letter to God, and put it in an envelope and put it in a place where sometime during the summer that you'll be able to pick it up and open it up and see what has happened in your life. It amazes people how things and events naturally come to pass just by stating a strong intention and then just letting it go. So letting go and letting God is an important part of the creation process. And it is a step that many students of the law of attraction miss. So again, after stating our intention or request, we are to let go and to let God. How it's going to happen is none of our business. That's God's business. Does a farmer, after planting the seed, wonder how it's going to grow? Of course not. He or she trusts that the natural law will take place and the plant will grow. Another way that the master teacher Jesus taught us is to believe that we've already received a request. And again, we go back to gratitude. What kind of feelings will you have when you have your wish fulfilled? As Neville Goddard taught, your wish fulfilled. We can thank God or the universe that we know that already that we are all taken care of. Thank you, God, for my wealth, my good health, my friends, or whatever that your request is. And again, if there's an intuitive voice that says you need to go here, you need to do this, just do it. And again, this is a simpler process of goal setting, because if you try to get to your goal just physically, there's a lot of mental strain and anguish in that. So instead of doing that, instead of straining, change the inside first. And then you will be prompted if there's any outside activity for you to do. Denise Coates, in a wonderful book, if you don't have it in your library, go get it, go read it. It's called Feel It Real. It says to know what you want and then to start feeling the feelings of your desire. Then as you feel the feelings and let go of the actual desire, guess what happens? So let us go inside here for a time of meditation and reflection. So before we do so, let me kind of share with you some safety tips. So what you're going to do is you're going to write down on a piece of paper what you want to let go of. And then what we're going to do at the end is we're going to tear it into a zillion pieces. Now, for us, what I'm going to do is I'm going to burn a piece of flash paper. Flash paper is a wonderful thing that you can get from a novelty store, from a magician's warehouse. But flash paper is something that it's a quick burning paper that leaves no ash. So again, that's how they produce the flashes during the magic show. Another way is, again, that I've seen in other churches is where they have paper, where paper dissolves in water. That's another way. But as Diana says, I like fire because fire purifies here. So what we want to do, again, we're just going to go into a time of meditation. And again, let me lead you through whatever comes up the first thing. That's what you want to write down on your piece of paper. Again, don't go from your head, but come from your heart. All right. Take a deep breath in, inhale, and exhale. Release, relax, and just let go. And knowing that there is only one life, one activity, one presence, one power, and that I am one with this. I know that this time is sacred. It is holy because it involves me letting go of the things that don't work for me anymore, of dying to those things and letting them go so that I can experience a greater good in this new year. So first thing you want to do on your piece of paper is, what do I need to release from 2023 to be all that I can be in 2024? What do I need to release from 2023 to be all that I can be in 2024? Just put it down on your paper. 1 or 2 words is all that you need. You don't need to go into a novel. What do I need to release from 2023 so that I can be all that I can be in 2024? All right. Do I have a constant pattern of depression or anxiety or fear or anger that I would like to release? Put it down on the paper. Do you have a mental pattern of depression, anxiety, fear, or anger that you would like to release? Just put it down on the paper. Are there any addictions that you're having trouble releasing or stopping because, again, that they're harming yourself or others? Again, put that down on the paper. Don't try to fix it. Just put it down on the paper. I know I'm going quick, so Are there any people, places, or conditions that I need to let go of and release from the past year? Can you think about them? Am I holding anger towards anyone or anything? Again, put it on the paper just to be released and let go. All right. So do you have any constant beliefs or patterns that need to be let go, like a lack consciousness or a poverty consciousness? How about a pattern of ill health? Are there mental patterns of depression or victimhood that you can let go of? And again, just one or two words on your piece of paper. That's one of the reasons I'm going quickly here. One or two words. Here's a good one. Who would you like to forgive but can't on some level, or you won't on some level? Be willing now to place their names on the piece of paper and give them over to the universe to forgive. So now ask your inner light if there's anything else you need to let go of. And just listen and then just put it down on the paper. And I'll stay quiet for just a moment to allow you to catch up. All right. So before you tear up your piece of paper into a zillion little pieces, I want you to place your paper in your hand. Take it off your tablet, put it in your hand here. And what I would like you to do is I would like you to place in the paper any negative emotion that you would like to get rid of. Is there fear? Again, depression. Is there anxiety? Is there past hurt or trauma? Again, don't try to figure out how to heal it. Just put it in the paper. All right? Energetically put it in the paper. All right. So on behalf of all of us here, what I'm going to do now, what I want you to do now is to take your piece of paper and to tear it into a million pieces. Come on, tear it up. Let it go. Yeah, let it go. Now, if you want to burn it later in your driveway, you can, but tear it up. Tear it up. Let it go. Really, really let it go. And on behalf of all of us here, I am going to let go. Don't tell Reverend Robert I did that. Doesn't that feel better? Now, what I want you to do now is this, again, taking that deep cleansing breath and letting go. And so we're about done here, but I'd like you to do this, is to take some time this evening and write a letter to the universe. What would you like instead in 2024? Be real clear. The reason that you do not manifest what you want is because that you do not consciously put it into the great law of life, or the great soil of the universe, as Ernest Holmes called it. So do that. At the end, put this or something better, sign your name, put it into the envelope, and then again, open it around, I would say open it around June or July. So there's one more thing I'd like you to do this evening. What I want you to do is get another sheet of paper out. And I want you to go inside quickly. And I want you to ask your higher power, your higher self, what is your positive focus word or two for 2024? What is a positive focus word? If you have a positive focus word that you'd like to share with us, please do so. And then what you do now is you take those positive words now, put them on 3x5 cards or sticky notes, put them around someplace where you can see them and also not get hassled about them. So a lot of people put them around their own bathroom mirror or around a bedroom mirror. So again, that gives you something to focus on for the new year. All right? You ready to pray with me here? All right. So thank you, blessed Spirit, as me for all the healing that's taken place this evening. I now allow your voice to guide and to protect me in this coming year. I now allow myself to be prospered and blessed in this new year. I now allow myself to be healthy and whole. I now allow myself to be loved and loving. And I now allow that peace that passes all understanding to be in my heart and in my life always. Thank you, Spirit, as me, and so it is. And I let it be. So how was that for you? We have a couple of minutes here. Good in everything. Here's my bud. It's all love. Of course it is. Oh boy, I did not know Zoe DeMuro was with us this evening. How'd I do, Zoe? Zoe is one of our wonderful practitioners who is on our prayer team, and also he does a wonderful show. I did a promo for him. Choice, your superpower. Yes. Anybody else this evening? Huh? Again, good. Play that back. Play this back. The reason I put this on the air this evening is I want you to play it back in about a week. Play it back and go through the exercise. For me, last year, I went ahead and I got more flash paper. I went ahead and I released every day. Every day, let go. And it really made a big difference in my 2023. So I suggest that you do that too. Fabulous as always. Thank you, Zoe. Zoe's show is really good, so make sure that you watch it here on the New Thought Media Network. All right. That's all I have for this evening. And I want to thank you for being with us here. And I know that 2024 is bringing us a lot of wonderful good. And again, to know that you are a light bearer, that no matter what they say on the news, no matter what is going on in the world, is that you are an individual that is holding the light for others to come to their own light. And so, again, I know that it seems kind of dark and murky, but even in chaos theory, they say that in the chaos that there is an implicit order. So there is an order that's coming out of all of this. And that's the reason why we're here this time. And that's the reason why we have this network at this time, is because, again, bringing people, again, into their own sense of their divinity, of knowing that. And if you could help us out in any way possible to take this message to the world, we would really appreciate it if you would go to ntmedia.org/donate. Again, you can do like Zoe and I do. We give a monthly gift, or what you can do is you can give a very generous one-time gift. I am putting together an order for equipment that's going to run around $5,000 for our streaming service that we provide at a very low cost to New Thought organizations. And we usually do many conferences, especially during the summertime. And we would really appreciate your help towards that. So go to, again, ntmedia.org/donate. And again, thank you so very much. Oh, I took myself off the stage. I know it was a different show this evening, but again, we want to thank you again for being with us. There he is, and I'm so grateful for finding this channel. Well, it's all love. Believe me, we pray for individuals like you. So you're out of the blue. You did not find us by accident. So we're glad to have you here. And again, we have to have a parting word from the Wayne Baldwin from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. He says, indwelling Christ everywhere. How wonderful. All right, really good. We do have a wonderful prayer time for you this evening. That's at 10:15 Eastern Time, 8:15 Mountain Time. So join, I think it's Reverend Sherry this evening, and join me next week for another fun-filled, thrill-packed, and always exciting edition of the Fireside Chat here on your positively inspiring network, the New Thought Media Network. I'm Reverend Michael Mangus. I'm going to wish you a wonderful week and a wonderful 2024.
Thanks for joining us this evening for Friday's Fireside Chat with Pastor Michael Mangus. Join us again next week at 8 Eastern, 6 Mountain for more spiritual conversations for today. For more information and replays of past shows, please visit the New Thought Radio and Media Network's Facebook page. Until next week, may God bless you richly and abundantly.